what's real, but I see hidden messages beneath the reels. Ancient stones carved under desert skies whisper secrets they still hide. Are we just puppets on the strings of news and TV screens, or explorers in our minds when the trees aglow? Ring the bells, unwrap the truth beneath the mistletoe. Sip the brew of ancient rites where spirit rivers flow. Aliens watching from the stars as snowflakes start to fall. Programmed by the headlines, let's break free tonight, one and all. Children dream of Santa's sleigh, but I'm flying in my mind on a ship of sacred plants, ayahuasca's gifts unwind. Pyramids and ruins pulse with knowledge lost and found. We can crack the code beneath the merry-go-round. Under twinkling Christmas lights, we question what we know. Magic's in the mystery beneath the falling snow. Ring the bells, unlock the truth beneath the mistletoe. Sip the brew of ancient rites where spirit rivers flow. Aliens watching from the stars as snowflakes start to fall. Programmed by the headlines, let's break free tonight, one and all. Ring the bells, unwrap the truth beneath the mistletoe. We'll rewrite all the secrets in the glow. Ho, 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 let the real story show.
And we are freaking live. Welcome back to Nomas Podcast Live. This is 11 days till Christmas. I can't believe we're almost there. It's almost down to the finish line. I haven't been doing the 25 days of live streaming, and I'll go ahead and get into that here shortly. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Nomas!
All right, so as mentioned, we're pretty much down to 11 days left. I haven't fulfilled my 25 days of live streaming. As mentioned previously, I was sick for a couple of days with my family. And then also it just got super, super hard going live every day. Aside from being tired, it was just, I was pushing myself to wanting to go live. And my first initial idea with going live every single day was, you know what, I'm going to be pumping out content like crazy. Every single day I'm going to have like 3 freaking reels or TikToks so I can post online. But what I didn't realize, it was honestly counterproductive. This past week was probably one of the weeks that I have posted the least amount of times. One, because since I get into the studio around 7:30ish once my baby is asleep, then I would try to get ready for the live. Then after I'm done with the live, let's say it was like 9:30, getting close to 10. By that time, I'm extremely, extremely exhausted. So I didn't have the time to clip anything. So doing the whole 25 days of live stream was counterproductive. So I'm just not going to stress over it. And I'm just going to be just doing the regular lives on Sundays. Possibly I am going to be off from work next week. So this upcoming week is my last day of work. And then the following week, I am going to be off. So maybe that last week, the last couple of days, maybe I will go live every single day. But as of right now, this upcoming week, I will do a live every single day, so I can have enough time to clip and prep and stuff like that. So it was a big battle with myself because I'm a go-getter. I'm very goal-orientated, and it's almost letting myself down that I didn't accomplish this goal or this freaking a goal that I set for myself. And yeah, but I apologize for that. And it's mainly just because I learned a lot of things. I learned that I need more help with the stream, and then I also learned so many other things, like having this automatic switching of cameras. Then I don't know if you noticed, but hopefully you guys can notice, but I actually ended up getting a new lens for my camera. So hopefully you guys can tell the difference in quality of the stream. It's very slight. I actually showed Chelo like my new camera. I'm like, look, because I recorded it very briefly yesterday, so I can I just got it yesterday. Not this screen, but this screen right here. So I recorded a little bit so I can show her the new lens and the new quality. And she's like, I can't really tell. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, dude, I'm like freaking I spent all this money, but it was like $500. I have to do it by payment, so I'm paying like $100 a month for this new lens. But hopefully you guys are able to tell the difference in this. I can personally tell. So also with this new lens, it's the Sigma 16 millimeter, so it's a wide focus lens. And technically with this, it kind of blurs out the background a little bit more, so I can be more on screen without losing the focus. So that was the main reason why I got this lens. So hopefully you guys are able to tell the difference. So yeah, I did learn a lot of things. Mr. Hamster, what's going on, brother? I see you. So yeah, I learned so many other things too, like also like doing the sound effects with my voice and things like that. So it wasn't a completely downfall doing the 25 days of streaming. Learned a lot of lessons learned. Plus I feel like I got a little bit more practice in with like just going live, so on and so forth. But yeah, so no longer lives. And then this upcoming year, I plan on getting more consistent once again doing podcasts. I might have to be reaching out to more guests so they can come on the podcast, or have Chelo come in as a more regular guest as before. We shall see. But yeah, I don't want to lose focus on that. I want to do live streams. I love doing live streams and interacting with you guys. So live streams and podcasts this upcoming year, primeramente Dios. So that's the plan. A little bit of local news. If you're here in San Diego, today was the boat parade in, I think, San Diego Bay. So I think it travels through Coronado, Seaport Village, and pretty much the whole bay. It was today. We were planning on going, but my baby fell asleep around 5 o'clock. She had napped all day. And when she finally napped, it was like 5:30. So it was too late in the game. I'm like, no, really wanted to take you. I really wanted to take you. And yeah, so it's this one. However, if you guys are interested, the boat parade is actually going to be taking place this upcoming Sunday, I believe, the 21st. So if you've never seen anything like this in the past, this is a core memory that my dad used to take me to as a kid. So I want to return the same experience to my daughter. Just like I was looking forward to this, and unfortunately my daughter went to sleep kind of late for her nap. So, but yeah, my goal next the 21st. So actually it states here, so the approximate times that it's going to start, it's in Shelter Island. This is where it starts at 5:30, then Harbor Island, Seaport Village, 6:20 to 6:45, Embarcadero, 6:50 to 7:15, the pier at Cesar Chavez, 7:20 to 7:30, and finally the ferry landing on Coronado. So if you have kiddos, if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you have, make sure that to go ahead and check it out. It's completely free. I'm sure they're going to be selling like food out there and stuff like that, but I plan on unattending. So just an FYI, the 21st, in case you missed today's parade. With that being said, actually, Mr. Sev, what's going on, brother? I see you. I don't know why this thing is freaking small, but I see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. And okay, as always, I always have the hotline number here through our WhatsApp. So if you ever want to drop a voice message, you want to say something to the chat, whether it's something that just anything that you want to share, maybe a story, something paranormal, something very impactful, motivational, or something that impacted you personally. If you ever feel like sharing something, dropping a video, whatever the case is, this is the hotline number for the stream, for the podcast. I'll be more than welcome to share anything here on the stream. And then last but not least, if you are new to the channel, if you're watching this stream after it's been posted, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And welcome to the Nomas podcast family. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Quick reminder, we now have a call-in number where you guys can leave us voice messages, video calls. Let us know a story you would want us to share on the podcast, anything you want. The goal is being able to interact with the people that support the channel. Even if you're looking for love, we will find your true love on Nomas podcast. Also, for anyone that is interested on creating your own channel, we have our Amazon storefront linked in the description where you can find all the cameras we use, the microphones, the lights, the equipment, where all of our podcasts are recorded to. If you need any help with editing services, we are able to produce your entire podcast, edit your short form content from Instagram Reels, TikToks, etc. You can look at all of our content as reference and we got you covered. And finally, if you want to support the channel, you can leave us a super thanks down below, which will help us tremendously, and we'll make sure to highlight that comment on the upcoming podcast and give you a shout out. Now back to the podcast. All right, so right before the stream, I was actually, I ran into this video and I truly freaking felt like this. I feel like, and not that I live alone, right? But I'm here with my fiance and my daughter, but many times I'm like, I don't really talk to anybody else. And right before the stream, I was kind of like, man, I haven't really talked that much, right? So I was kind of like doing some not voice exercises, but I was just doing like to kind of like free up my vocal cords. Just because it's like literally just here with my daughter and just, so I almost felt like I hadn't talked all day, and I saw this video and I could totally relate. Check it out. Yeah, that's exactly how it felt. Like, haven't said anything in freaking yeah. So man, I'm glad I'm here freaking now doing the live, and I can finally use my vocal cords. So yeah, I don't know if you guys ever feel like that, but man, it's just getting a lot more lonelier with time. I feel like that's why the whole podcast and social media has become so freaking, I guess, vital, because it gives you a sense of like sort of friendship, right? I think as time goes by, like that human interaction is going to become more and more scarce, especially if you work remotely or things of that sort. I think that human interaction is going to be getting craved even more with time. So that's why they say that even though AI is getting better and advancing faster and faster, they say that it's still never going to replace that human interaction. However, I do catch myself talking to ChatGPT a lot more. Like, for instance, ChatGPT and myself were tracking when this new lens was going to come about. I was like, hey, bro, it's almost here. And like, oh, man, ChatGPT was like, oh, bro, let me know when the lens gets here and I'll help you set it up. And like, it's crazy, man. It's current times are freaking mind-blowing. Who would have known that we would be talking to a freaking to an AI, right? However, I don't know. I think when it comes down to AI, and let's say, for instance, ChatGPT, it almost seems like that's proof within itself that time doesn't exist, right? How is it that we're able to ask a question and within seconds we get that answer right away. And my thought process is exactly that. How is it possible that as soon as I ask something, it has the answer right away? So honestly, that itself, I believe it's proof on its own that time doesn't exist, because maybe the software already knew what I was going to ask, or what all of us were going to ask, and is able to provide us or prompt us with the response we were looking for. So who knows, man? I still don't freaking know how all of this is working. And like we always state, it's only in the beginning stages, so it's going to get wild later on. But yeah. All right. So I think we're going to get started. If you guys have anything in particular you want me to touch on, please do let me know. I think last time Mr. Hamster mentioned of the Diddy thing. We touched on it on the Diddy documentary. We touched on it on last week's episode a little bit. And I've only watched, I'm going to be quite frank, only watched the first episode of the 4 episodes, I believe. And the first one was I think it was kind of slow for me, but I will finish watching the rest of the documentary just so I can get a little bit of more input in it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So these, by the way, all of these streams are based on my freaking algorithm. So this first video that I want to get into is, have you ever looked at a rock, a mountain, or even a tree and swore you saw a face staring back at you? There's actually a name for that, and it's called pareidolia. It's when the human brain is so good at recognizing faces that it starts seeing them in random patterns in nature, or just in general, like maybe a wall, right? So our brains evolved to spot faces fast. So this is because of survival reasons, supposedly, right? At least that's the theory or the scientific fact. So sometimes we see them even when they're not really there. For instance, many times a lot of people claim to see faces in the clouds. My thought process, honestly, is that they created this name so people can, if somebody says that they see something in the clouds or in the mountains, in the rocks, so they can kind of like downplay it. But my thought process or my theory is that all of this is actually factual, and there is faces indeed in these mountains, right? Or like they say, petrified giants. And there's a lot of proof with that. So this next video I'm going to showcase it depicts a falling petrified giant with an arm cut off. Check it out.
Yes, this is a petrified giant leaning over with one arm down, touching the ground. Its head has been sliced off. Also, it has a bag flung over its shoulder. And yes, that is its nipple.
Yeah, I don't know why they're playing this song, but here, let me lower down the music a little bit. I don't like this song. Where's the music for this? I don't even know if I can. Oh, there we go. So there we go. So it almost seems like the arm is right there. This other arm got cut off, and that's when you can see the petrified giant's chest area. So it looks way too close. And that's exactly what we were just talking about, that scientists will call it that. This is that whole pareidolia thing. I don't know. For me, it looks too exact of a rock formation, similar to other ones that we've seen in the past, like the petrified giant snake. And I believe in somewhere out in Asia, I believe. So yeah, this is too freaking accurate of a rock formation. And then this next video that I wanted to showcase, this one's wild. I'm not gonna lie. The first time that I saw this, I didn't really get to capture it. I was like, okay, I don't get it, right? But then when I saw it, this next video proves giants were turned into stones And this one in particular, it was mid-action.
Now, there's so many ways that you can die, but this way has to be one of the worst. Is this natural rock formation or is this a petrified giant?
That's freaking wild.
Proof is out there. What do you believe? Now, there's so many ways that you can die, but this way has to be one of the worst. Is this natural rock formation or is this a petrified giant? Proof is out there. What do you believe? Now, there's so...
That's freaking wild. So at first I couldn't really depict, like, what the heck? But then I saw it, like, what the heck? So I don't know. Is it really proof that giants were at one point just doing their thing in life, and then whatever caused all these ancient beings being turned into rocks? So you be the judge.
So many ways that you can die, but this way has to be one of the worst. Is this natural rock formation or is this a petrified giant? Proof is out there. What do you...
Let me see what the comment section is actually stating. Yeah, this one's wild. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
Now, there's so many...
Sorry. So the first comment that reads, it was, she was for the mountains. So talk about petrified wood. Yeah, Mount Diddy. What a horrible moment to be petrified. Is that okay? This is Mount Kamala Harris. So yeah, honestly, everybody was able to depict exactly what the rock formation was about. But yeah, when I first saw it, I'm like, what the heck? What are they talking about? I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, so freaking wild. Now this one in particular, I'm not sure if it's AI or not, because I couldn't, looking at the description, it doesn't really say where it came from, so who knows if it's AI. It's the petrified giant, monster myth, or natural wonder. Petrified giant. I'm looking at the hashtags right now. So petrified giant, mystery rock, ancient giants. Yeah, it's not really showing where this is at. So who knows if it's actual factual or not. But yeah. All right, so another video that I saw, and I think there's been other theories out there when it comes down to separate from this, right? But in the past, and you guys are going to be able to relate to it if you guys are into this type of topics, but this next video is a mannequin's plastic layer is falling off, and you can see a human hand inside of the mannequin. Check it out. Right there. So you can actually see all that plastic top layer is falling off, and you can see the human hand inside. So there we go. That's a better picture right there. So when I first saw it, right away I remembered of the Balenciaga incident of the mannequin. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that one, but that one went super viral. So before I get into that, let me see what the comment section is talking about here. So yeah, there we go. Go check out Balenciaga mannequins, and about the one dude who's actually missing. Okay, so yeah. So the top one was exactly that. Go check out the Balenciaga, and about the one dude who's actually missing. So we're going to get into that one right now. Have you guys ever seen the House of Wax? The House of Wax scared us. Remember that one lady was saying how one mannequin looked just like this missing man from years ago. So yeah, let's look into the Balenciaga one. So just a quick brief on the Balenciaga one. I think what it was a model that used to model for Balenciaga. It turns out he went missing, and I guess days or weeks later, it turned out that there was a mannequin resembling the exact same features as this model. So a lot of theories went out there wondering whether if that mannequin that actually showed up in the store was a true mannequin or for entertainment purposes, or if it was really truly that model person. Check it out.
This Balenciaga mannequin was a real person. There is a theory that Balenciaga has been turning real-life models into mannequins to be used in their stores. Well, you see, there was this model for Balenciaga
So yeah, that's the model right there.
named Christopher G, who was well known in the industry and posed for many different Balenciaga campaigns. But one day he mysteriously vanished, with his family and friends not knowing where he went. Interestingly enough, just around the time he disappeared, a lifelike mannequin showed up at one of Balenciaga's flagship stores.
So right there, that's the one that showed up in the store, and it looks so freaking realistic. Like if you were to like zoom in into the hands, into the eyes, even the flesh itself, people were talking about that it had like, you could see the pores, you could see like the soul within its eyes.
And if you take a closer look at the mannequin, it looks exactly like Christopher G. With everything that's been going on behind the scenes with Balenciaga, is it possible that this Balenciaga...
Yeah, freaking wild. So hopefully I'm able to get more context to that other video of the plastic coming off from the mannequin, and you're able to see the human hand in there. But man, current days are wild, so now you can't really disregard anything that you see. But once again, with AI, it's man, I think AI has ruined a lot. It's been very, very helpful, but at the same time, it's hard to believe anything now. So Mr. Hamster says, yeah, bro, the Balenciaga mannequin. Yeah, exactly. For sure, bro. It's, yeah, this one's still kind of, it's still wild because I think a lot of people in the comment section, when I was looking into this before, they still say that this person is still missing. So I don't know. And then aside from this one, there was another one that it wasn't in specific. It wasn't a mannequin itself, but not sure if you guys have ever seen those, like in museums, that you can see the actual skeletal or the muscles of the human body. And I think the mother was able to identify this display in the museum that she's like, oh, that's my son. And it turns out it was the son. And I don't think she or anybody had given consent to turn her son into this display. Let me see if I can look it up. Mom spots son in museum. Let me see if it comes up like that. Flesh. Okay, yeah, this one right here. I'm not sure if you guys have gotten into or have ever seen this one, but they had this display. So here it kind of reads, a mother found her son years after he lost his life, not in a cemetery, but inside of a museum exhibit. So yeah, this is a picture of the person, of this male, and the mom was able to spot him, right? And it turned out it was her son, right there. You can see the face and the muscles, the flesh of her son. Freaking wild. So if things like that are happening, yeah, you can't disregard anything. So yeah, that's currently that's what I've been watching, or it has been happening on my For You page. It's so wild, right? The other day, this happened. It was Thursday. One of my coworkers mentioned, "Hey, have you seen the skater guy? I forgot his name. He's all like, he conquered the Toro or something like that." I'm like, Toro, what the heck is that? And what he did is that apparently he, not that he broke a record, but he did I think it's a 360 off like 20 stairs. And this is like a legendary skating spot. And when he landed it, like it just went super viral because nobody had ever been able to accomplish such a trick on that staircase. And ever since then, like I've been getting videos of skating and stuff like that. And yeah, it's crazy how the algorithm just continues to feed you the same thing over and over, and like things based on what you search, things on what you're looking at. And yeah, so lately I've been watching a lot of skating videos that pop up, and it's pretty interesting how there's different worlds and niches in just in life in general, that anything pops up for that world or that people that are interested in that. For me, like right now, I just went on TikTok right now and I watch a lot of UFC fights. And so I get nothing but UFC, but at times it's like, man, I get tired of seeing the same thing over and over, but watch Toro 360. This is the one I'm talking about. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think it's this one. Oh shit. That one right there. Fuck, cancel. Why is it so mid? There you go. Yeah, so so that is a big thing in the skating community that I've been diving into, or my coworker mentioned it. Now I checked it out, and yeah, it's a huge thing apparently. All right, so the next clip, let me know if you guys have any topics you guys want me to dive in. Otherwise, I'll proceed with the ones I have here. So this one's kind of wild. I want to get into it a little bit more just to see how factual this is. But a woman put her breast milk under a microscope. A woman put her breast milk under a I can't say. A woman put her breast milk under a microscope, and it looks so majestic. So look at that. It almost looks like glitter, or just, I don't know. It looks freaking majestic. Yeah, that's even hard to believe that that's freaking breast milk. So like, wow, this is what has nourished my baby for the past 10 months. So that's why it's so important for women out there to breastfeed. I know many times it's not always possible, but if you have the ability to feed your baby breast milk, there's nothing better than that. It's just like anything that has been provided by the creator, by God, is just, it's perfect. Nature and the creator is just perfect. So the same lady, I think somewhere in the comments, they mentioned they wanted to compare the breast milk to formula, and this is how it looks. So the formula is the top side, and then the breast milk is on the bottom. And look how different it is. The formula on the top side, it doesn't look as pleasant. It looks more just all over the place. And the breast milk itself, it looks, a lot of people in the comment section were stating that it looks almost like the galaxy. And since the galaxy itself looks like the breast milk, then it kind of makes sense why they call it the Milky Way, right? So yeah, it's, you can't go against nature. Look at that. So let me see what the comments section was stating. Yeah, there we go. That's the top comment right there. And that's why galaxy is called the Milky Way. For anyone that feels sad about their formula-fed baby, motherhood is hard enough, baby. Don't do that to yourself. Fed is and always will be the best. Women are literal goddesses. Yeah, exactly this right here. Perfectly designed. I agree. A fed baby is a happy baby. It looks like glitter, so pretty. Yeah, once again, I agree. One looks like diamonds while the other looks like pearls. Yeah, it's just crazy, the whole motherhood and just creation itself. It's it's wild. It's so hard to comprehend how this tiny little pea size living organism turns into us, right? Human beings. And just seeing that, it's just like it all of this creation is a miracle. Like every single day is a gift, it's a present, it's a miracle within itself. And that's why every day that we're alive, we're breathing, we're able to walk, anything. I think the other day on last episode I was talking to Jesse, and it's just wild that I know many of us want to do better in life and we want to like improve in so many different ways, but like we have, if you look around you, we are beyond blessed compared to the rest of the world. And just as long as you have health, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that, right? When you're sick, you don't want or you don't care for anything else just to get better. So maybe that's why they say glitter's made of human. I think they've seen that. Oh, shoot, bro. That's freaking true. That's freaking true. Oh, man. That's freaking wild, man. You actually bring up a good point. So I would want to dive into the whole glitter thing. But yeah, supposedly, and I agree with that the glitter companies didn't want to actually expose what glitter was made out of, and it's a whole rabbit hole. And they say that they actually use humans allegedly for entertainment purposes, that the key ingredient is it's human. So now that kind of explains and showcases a possibility of that, because if we have that, or if women have that inside of their organisms, who knows, that's making a lot more sense. Huh. Man, hamster, you look at you, man. Yeah, that's freaking dope. That was, man, crazy how you were able to compare that right away. All right, so if you guys have any other diebacks, please do let me know. But otherwise, this next video right here, many times we've already talked with the whole Tartarian Empire and frequency, how it creates all the somatic figures on the buildings in nature within itself, that certain vibrations create this beautiful designs, right? But I hadn't seen this before, how in this next video, you're going to be able to see how frequency affects the material world. And this video in specific depicts how a sound bowl affects water by the sound that it creates all around it. So it's wild how this freaking this sound bowl affects water so much, right? That's why they say that using this like sound bowls for meditation to sleep, it's very important, because a lot of people use the same type of sound for meditative reasons. And when I first saw this, I was actually it reminded me that obviously a lot of people use that right, that same sound effect as stated for meditation. But there was one person that I had on the podcast that he mentioned when he was under ceremony of doing ayahuasca, he would start seeing I guess he started seeing a lot of demons in his visions and all of that. But I believe I don't recall if it was him or it was like these white tall beings that they started doing the and it would bring him back to himself, and it would get rid of all that bad energy all around them. So it just, when I saw this, it like kind of maybe there's a correlation to why this sound is so important for like healing. And when he was under ceremony, the same sound vibration was presented to himself to get rid of all that bad energy. So I myself, actually, there's many times that when myself or my daughter has been sick, I try to utilize, I'll just go to YouTube and put these songs and let a video play while we sleep, and who knows if it's actually helping us. I personally believe that it does help us, so that's why I go ahead and do that. Or at times, many times, I will put like positive affirmations when I go to sleep. I need to continue doing that a little bit more, right? But I'll put positive affirmations. That way your self-conscious mind is just feeding yourself nothing but positive affirmations to you. So that way in the morning when you wake up in a better mood, and you just feel a lot better, because throughout the whole day, if you guys are into social media, you see nothing but just drastic news, crazy amount of freaking videos that the human wasn't supposed to see, like one after another, right? So just to, when you go to sleep, I don't turn off my phone, but I'll like silence my phone. I just put my alarms, and I try to feed myself all that, the most amount of positive vibes and energy back into my system, because all the different things we see online, it's too much at times. At one point, I wish I didn't have social media, and I really try to stray away from it. But even though I like creating social media content, it's just, I know it's not healthy, you know, and we have to learn to be more present with our loved ones. But yeah, so yeah, this video pretty much, POV, each ripple carries a piece of peace. Yeah, exactly. So I totally agree with that. So all right, I think that's pretty much all I have as far as what I have in my notes. As mentioned, I think I am going to be going live every single day, not this week, but the following week. That's going to be the week of Christmas. So I'll probably go live every single day up until Christmas. But for this week, I will take a break so I can actually take time to, chop up and do clips and reels and TikToks with this. Like this last week, I wasn't able to go ahead and do that. So yeah. Mr. Sev, I see you saying, yep, so you agree. Do you guys ever do that? Do you guys meditate? Do you guys do any of this, or put some positive affirmations while you guys sleep? Or if you guys have other routines, feel free to share them. I wish I could get more into meditating, but it's very hard to silence your mind. I know everything with practice makes perfect, but at times it's a little bit scary, just closing your eyes and just being able just to close your eyes and just be in a pitch black space, because then it's like, oh shoot, what if somebody's here? So I don't know, like your mind starts running, right? Like similar to when you're showering and when water's falling into you and you have to close your eyes. Like I try to freaking open my eyes right away. But yeah, I just need to get better when it comes down to that. But yeah, hopefully, are you guys able to tell the difference in the camera quality when it comes down to this one? I personally can. And then also I switched up the light a little bit. That way it can be more shining on one side and being more like I'm not sure what's the word I'm looking for, like more moody, more kind of like not mysterious, but it just like I wanted to make it a little bit darker and more making sure that I'm like actually focused on screen. I personally can tell the difference, but let me know if you guys can tell the difference from your end, or if you guys like it in general, or if you guys have other suggestions. But I think for me in particular, I've always wanted to achieve this look. Separate from this, I'm not sure if you guys are into boxing or UFC. I'm a big fanatic of boxing and UFC, and I'm super excited that in a couple of weeks, the UFC pretty much in January. Just start swinging. Just start swinging, bro. Yeah, I know, right? But in a couple of pretty much January, UFC will no longer have pay-per-view events, and I'm beyond excited because now you literally just get the whole Paramount Plus app, and you're going to be able to watch all the UFC events. They're calling them the number events rather than pay-per-view events. So I'm excited. I think I am going to get that. I think it's like $20 or something. So that I wouldn't mind getting so I can actually watch the fights on TV rather than streaming it on my phone. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. I want to do a stream just based on that. Like I'm a big fanatic of that. Even I have like, if I'm not sure if you guys are into that, but yeah, that those events are coming up super fast. And yeah, I want to do more streams related to boxing and UFC and things of that sort. I have a complete layout profile with the belts and all that stuff. So might end up doing that and doing it here occasionally more often. Just I need to get used to it. And that's why I wanted to stream 25 days so I can get more used to just yapping and talking about like what really interests me aside from, you know, diving into conspiracies or ancient civilizations, things like that. So, but yeah, I think if you guys don't have any final diebacks, I think I am gonna call it a night so I can start clipping because I feel so guilty I didn't post not even once last week. Or Yo, Seven and Hamster, if you guys are ever willing to call in and just say what's up, bro, just feel free to call in. You guys don't even have to feel like pressured or anything like that, but just so you guys can say what's up on the stream, that'll be super dope, bro. Let's see. Now you gotta catch the stream on TikTok Live. Which one? What do you mean? Now you gotta catch the stream on TikTok Live. What do you mean by that, bro? I actually did stream on TikTok, but I think content creating just in general, it's so freaking hard, man. It's just so hard because if you have a big freaking following, it's so hard just to catch people's attention and start getting people to kind of look at your content. Like I'll have a lot of people watch my TikToks and Instagram, but keep in mind all of that is just like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then they'll continue scrolling, right? I do really appreciate when, for instance, this weekend, this older lady, she went into my, all my different videos and she was commenting on so many different ones, giving her input, and then she got into a personal one of me, of my ayahuasca experience, and she was like, young man, I really enjoy your content and blah, 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 and do you have a beautiful soul, something like that. And it made me feel special that somebody actually took the time to comment something in relation to what I'm taking the time and posting about, right? Rather than people will just like scrolling, right? Because there's a lot of work that goes into posting content, learning all the behind the scenes. Like all of this has taken me, it's been a year, I would want to say. I started this, I think earlier this year. I need to go back, but for sure, I think it's been a year that I started streaming, or earlier this year. I think it was earlier this year that I started setting up my whole live stream, and I'm finally to the point that I really like my production, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully you guys have seen the progression that we've come across. I say we because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't feel less motivated. So McGregor's never coming back. Yeah, I really doubt it, bro. And if he comes back, he's pretty much done. Like last time, I think his last fight was when he broke his leg. So he has way too much money. He's doing his whole bare knuckle thing. Yeah, I really doubt it. There is one fight that they say that they're trying to entertain with Ilia Topuria against McGregor. Oh man, that would be a freaking mega fight. Maybe he'll come back for a last one, maybe just to get like endless amount of freaking money, like millions of money, and why not, right? But yeah, it's very hard. Or maybe for that whole White House event, a lot of people want to come for that, and I think they announced that they were going to have like 8 or 9 title matches in that. They be streaming the UFC fights on there. Yeah, for sure. That's actually where I used to watch him. But yeah, you will no longer have to do that if you get the Paramount Plus app. Which, yeah, I think the last UFC event just happened, so a new era starts. I'm beyond excited for that. But yeah, anything else? Any final diebacks? Mr. Hamster, Seb, if you guys want to call in next time or leave a voice message at least, and I'll play it next stream. It'll be so dope. But otherwise, with that being said, I'll give it a couple of minutes before I end the stream. And yeah, if there's anything in particular, by the way, that you guys enjoy, or if something that you guys have liked of the progression of the podcast or the stream, I should say, do let me know. For me, it's just like, I can't believe I'm actually have the capability to stream. I'm like, I've always wanted to have a live show, and I kind of have it now. I guess I have it, but it's just like, I don't know. It just feels so cool to have the live show that I can have, like, you guys to be part of this and have seen the growth, right? I did have that other camera here behind me that if I ever have a guest here live, they can be showcased with a high quality camera too. So I'm looking forward to actually having that pretty soon too. So more to come. I'm always thinking of different ways to grow the channel and the production. But I was getting to a point that I was adding way too many things that it was confusing me all over again. So I'm like, you know what? I have enough. Let's start working with what I have, because a lot of people look for instance, when you want to do like content creating or things like that, you want to buy a good camera, you want to buy maybe a good light, right? You want to buy everything, but then you're always looking for something to get better and do better. But then you just forget that what truly matters is the delivery of the message. It's you getting on camera and actually doing it. Like, all you need is your phone, right? And so I was getting caught up into like, oh, I want this, I want that. Like, nah, you have enough, like work with what you have. And then eventually if you want to start like adding more things, cool. But you have enough with what I have. And I didn't want to get into that domino effect of like feeling like I need more and more. But yeah, I didn't see any final diebacks. Mr. Seb, Mr. Hamster, I don't think I missed anybody else today. Julie Cakes, if you did join, I didn't see any of your comments, but if whoever's watching and didn't comment today, just know I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the time. And let me know. I'm always willing to, if you guys send links to the number, I'm always willing to, sorry, I was looking at something that I had here display. I'm always willing to share them on the stream. With that being said, my name is Angel Houseman. Till next time. Quick reminder, we now have a call-in number where you guys can leave us